Don't you know that the music should be soft?
Well, we lost a giant.
We lost a giant.
Literally and figuratively.
Man, wasn't he something, Theo?
I got to tell you, something happened because you had told me you had heard it, and then we confirmed.
I needed clarification from you and your sources, and I couldn't get it.
Yeah, and then we confirmed it. And what I thought about is I immediately went into my old pictures, and especially the one I posted from the boat and all that.
That's great.
And I was remembering a lot about Bill. I know a lot of the news refers to him as William, which is his full name, but Bill to us, right? Yep. Bill. And I was thinking about this generation that is in Hollywood, not just the age generation, but in Hollywood, the way Bill, his career, the way it went, the way it was, right? Those time and how different it was. And this is a guy who's been in over 100 and something things, and the definition of a working actor. And I was thinking like how he would be remembered. And I realized that when I was watching all the shout outs to him, and a lot of people, obviously 90% of them referencing Piney, but there's a guy who's had a pretty storied career. And I was thinking about him as he was just so solid.
He was so solid, and the people are learning over the last little while, if they didn't know, he was a scholar. He was a poet. He was a writer. He was an artist. He was truly a giant redwood of a man who was the purest form of being an artist.
It's so weird. It's such an oxymoron.
So bizarre. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I was telling Mona, I said, you know what I got such a kick out of Bill? He would show up to set. And you got to understand, people don't realize it. He was enormous. Like, right? I mean, how big was he about?
6'5", 6'6".
300.
Ryan's 6'4", 6'5". So they were about the same height.
300 and something.
Bill was like, that wide.
Here's the best part about it. He would show up to set in a Mini Cooper. Yeah. And when he would show up in the Mini Cooper, when he got out, it would look like it became like a JanSport backpack. Like he thought he was going to put it in his pocket. He would literally get out, and it looked so small next to him that I got such a kick out of this gray Mini that he was driving.
As the story goes, we would all shuffle and run to the parking spaces where we all had our own spot to see him get out of his Mini Cooper. We would love to see him get out. Can you imagine?
He had the bad knees. He had the bad knees where he had the surgeries. But here was what's
cowboy
funny.
Boots on, no Crocs for Billy.
No, cowboy boots, no Crocs. But here's what's funny. His spot was next to mine. Now you got to think, I'm driving this giant Denali Yukon, and here
always black, always
black, the big rims, the big everything. And here I come stepping out, my little under 6 foot frame. And then next to me is this car that's the size of my rim, and there's this giant stepping out. And I would think about it and go, look at this is wrong. There's something wrong here.
It is so right.
But again, what you just said, the oxymoron of Bill is that, especially the roles he played, this cantankerous, hard-nosed, he's played a lot of sheriffs, a lot of law enforcement, a lot of like hard, guys, but he was an artist, like a soft, gentle artist.
Those conversations we would have in the chapel, Perlman at one end, Billy at the other, all of us sprinkled in, the conversations that we talk about writers and about theater and about plays, and all this shit would come out of his mouth. And I just kept going, see, this is that guy, that guy.
But he was the guy on our set. There's very few. He's definitely the one. I've seen this a few times that when he spoke, no one else spoke.
Yeah.
There was no interrupting. Like we would all talk over each other. We would all be like, but if Bill was inserting himself into the conversation, you shut up.
Yeah.
Because you knew that you were going to learn something. So you just go, oh, I'm not going to speak. Like Jimmy Smith is similar, right? You go, oh, I'm not going to speak, right? And we've all had this with certain people, but not like Bill. Bill was different because he had worked with everyone. I mean, he was on, God damn it, he was on The Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno. Like he's literally worked with everyone. And he's been around this business and seen all the amalgamations of it, all the different forms. And he was a young man, 80s, super young. And I just want to give a giant shout out.
Big love to his family. Yeah, big love
to his family, to all his loved ones. But man, I love that dude. I never saw him and didn't get happy like every time I saw him. And we had something special. And he wasn't with us at all the things. He wasn't like but he was like an overseer. And when you got to work with him,
my first, as well said, my first scene with Billy really was in season 1, episode 2, 3, 4, something like, I don't know. We were in a bar and he was sucking some tequila out of a straw. And I remember me putting my arm around this redwood of a man and getting close to him. And he had those things up his nose and I wanted to pull one out and put it up my own. And the point was, he literally let me play with him in the scene because he was always open to whatever you wanted to do. And yet he couldn't be moved. He couldn't be shook. He was just solid.
No. And I said to Opie yesterday I wrote to him, he didn't suffer fools or foolishness. No. Like the thing, like I would watch him sometimes, he would watch someone talking, probably sometimes me, but he would watch someone talking and he would just sit back and you'd see him watching and he'd go, you know, you sound like a fucking idiot. And you just go, yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah.
Hey guys. If you want to see this full episode, click on our subscription service down below, where we have not just the rest of the Reaper Review episodes, but we have everything else, which is our other show, Theory.
Discord, merchandise, Q&As, so much going on. I can't even keep up, Theo.
Greeting videos that we
come on.
Our merch shops, our exclusive gear, plus again, our other show, Theory, that Kim and I also do. So, hey, continue the journey of Reaper Reviews and also come start the new journey with our Theory show. And that's it. We'll see you there. We appreciate it.
See you soon. Can't wait. Appreciate you all.
Let's go.
Bye-bye.